Hi, my name is Betel Arnold, author of Buried Beneath the Words. It's interesting to me, interesting, funny, whatever word you want to use, for me to say that I'm the author of a book, because that is the last thing that I would have thought that would have been the path that I would have taken in my life. See, for me, writing has always been very intimidating, and to be honest, I never thought that I was really ever smart enough to write a book. So how did I embark on this journey? That also is a fluke. But for me, I think that it's God. God guiding my way, leading my path. My youngest daughter, Jordan, she's 14 now, but at the time she was 5 years old. And I remember one day, I'm a stay-at-home mom, mother of 4 children, and one day I'm trying to keep my 5-year-old busy, and I said to Jordan, Jordan, do you want to write a story? She had painted this very beautiful picture, I mean, very, very pretty, and it was these purple buildings sitting on a hilly street, and I said, let's sit down, let's see if we can write a story. And we both sat down at the computer, and, we started writing, but soon she lost interest, but I was hooked. I was like, oh my gosh, could I really finish a story from beginning to end? Fast forward, Jordan is now 14 years old, but about 2 years ago, one time I was browsing through my computer and I happened upon the story that Jordan and I began together. And I brought it up and I said, oh wow, I wonder if I could really tell this story. And I began to sit down at my computer, getting up every morning around 5 o'clock in the morning and going upstairs to my little room and beginning to type. And the reason that I started doing it, like I said, was to see if I could tell a story from beginning to end. When I started doing that, I found that, wow, I really enjoy doing this. It was just really... creatively, it was awesome to sit there and be in a place where I'm creating this whole world, and just the awesomeness of thinking or hoping that I can really tell this story. I can write a novel. And what I began to see was that, you know what? I feel that I can really do this. And I started showing some of that writing to friends and family, and they were, oh, that's very interesting, we want to read more, and they were encouraging me along the way. I then joined a writing group and I read some of my work, and again I was encouraged to continue going. So like I said, I started writing that novel, Jordan City. That's the working title for that book. But what happened was, one morning in the middle of writing that novel, Jordan City, I got up one morning and I was going up to my little upstairs room where I write, and I said, why didn't I ever think about writing? Because one memory that I did have was when I was very young. I believe I was in 5th grade, or I think I was 10 years old. I don't remember exactly. And a teacher asked, what would you like to be when you grow up? Something that teachers always ask. And I said, I want to be a journalist. And I thought, how come I never pursued that? Why didn't I? And I know why I didn't pursue it. I didn't pursue it because I didn't think I was smart enough. That was something that I heard as I was growing up. Sometimes people say words to you that are negative and you think it's not really a big deal, but for some people it is a big deal. For some kids, when they hear something and they hear it long enough, they start to believe it. And I would say for the majority of kids, if they continue to hear negative things over and over again, they begin to believe that. And that was my case. I kind of took that word stupid, and like I said in my first chapter, I wore it like a winter coat. I wore that word and I walked around with it, and I never pursued things in my life because of that false belief. So that morning when I got up and I said, why didn't I embark on the path of writing or journalism? It was because of that false belief. And that is where Buried Beneath the Words came to be. That's how I got up that morning and wrote the book. Of course, I wrote it in one day, but it takes. Rewriting is a big part of writing. And it took me about a year to complete what I'm holding now in my hands. But I'm very excited, and I really believe in this book. This book shares my story, part of my story. Like I said, when I was growing up, and some of the words that I allowed, to kind of take root in me. Some words that I believed, and it's about the power of words, and the power of words to either help you or hinder you. So I know that you'll enjoy reading this book. I think I really believe in it, and it's an amazing, amazing book. And I think there's another thing that I want to say, that it's interesting about life, the path that a person walks in life, because for me, in my middle years, to say that at that age, here I am now starting out as a writer, it's never too late. It's never too late to do something that maybe you've always dreamed of doing, and to pursue something that you think, it's too late for me. I could never do that. With God, it is never too late. And thank you for listening. And by the way, my book is available on Amazon. Thank you.